huge $664 million windfall of federal pandemic relief. Lawmakers want input on how the money will be spent, and as Nestor Lecanto reports, the governor wants to talk about it.
Governor Leon Guerrero has written to Speaker Therese Terlahi and Republican Minority Leader Chris Duenas asking for a list of priorities ahead of a meeting on her spending plan that lawmakers from both sides have heavily lobbied for. Speaker Terlahi says she's personally asked several times.
We all know that if we don't know the details of how the $661 million is going to be spent, it's going to have implications on our budget, and we are going to be guessing, and that's not going to be good for anyone.
In her letter, the governor is urging a one Guam approach in order to pivot from crisis response to economic recovery. Terlahi says senators agree that the only way forward is to go together. The anticipated funds are equal to about a year's worth of general fund revenue, and Terlahi has ambitious goals.
This is a huge amount of money. It's unprecedented for Guam. It's very much needed, and I think it can make an impact for generations. So we are going to lift people out of poverty. We're going to make changes to our health system and our safety system so that we can live the way we've intended to live on Guam.
The governor plans to reserve about half the money, $300 million, for the construction of a new hospital, and senators publicly have been supportive.
Our role is, not to spend the money, but just to lay out the fiscal priorities for the government of Guam.
The governor has asked the legislature for its list of priorities by April 30th. A meeting date has not yet been announced. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Were you left unemployed by the pandemic and are looking for a career change? Well, you're in luck. The Labor Department will be offering free training for a new path toward employment. Labor Director David Del Sola says funding for program is limited, so apply soon at the American Job Center in Antigua.
Sooner you apply, when we come out with these laundry list of trainings that'll be out there, which are limited, then, so now's the time to start calling up and getting an appointment and at least getting qualified for assistance. And then any of those trainings that come up, if you're already qualified, then we will pay for you.
Funding for the training is provided through a $4 million dislocated worker grant. The Guam Police Department is asking for the community's help in locating a man wanted for questioning relative to a burglary investigation into Munning. 33-year-old Eric Roy de Castro is a male Chamorro, light complexion, brown eyes, standing 5'9", weighing 195 pounds with tattoos on his neck. He was last seen on Estrelita Street in Tamuning. Do not approach if spotted. Please contact the Criminal Investigation Section at 472-8911 or 475-8615. Information can also be submitted anonymously through the Guam Crime Stoppers at guam.crimestoppers web. All tip information will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Jurors reached a verdict in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Michael George has the latest from Minneapolis.
The jury in the Derek Chauvin murder trial has found him guilty of all charges.
We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty.
Outside the courthouse, people reacted to the verdict.
I'm so grateful to God. I'm so happy. I'm so glad we got this. We needed this. The country needed this. The world needed this. It's not a black or white issue. It's a human rights issue, and we need to see change.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was facing charges for killing George Floyd when he knelt on his neck for more than 9 minutes last May. The jury reviewed 3 weeks of testimony from 45 witnesses in one of the most closely watched murder trials in American history. The jury took less than a full day to reach its verdict. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Governor Leon Guerrero issuing a statement earlier today, quote, I echo the sentiments of leaders across this nation. This verdict holds Derek Chauvin accountable for his actions, but there is no justice in a system that allows and too often excuses police brutality against people of color, especially the Black community. The outcome of the trial will not bring back George Floyd and will not end systematic racism, but today we exhale, we mourn, and we continue to fight. Unquote. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
The thing about freedom is, freedom has no limits. There's no such thing as too many adventures or too many unforgettable moments. There will never be too many stories to write or too many memories to make. But when it comes to a vehicle that will be there for it all, there's only one. Jeep.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
With Prism Home Wi-Fi, I'm not just getting smart Wi-Fi that adapts and delivers consistent speeds that cater to my lifestyle needs.
I'm getting peace of mind with real-time online security that monitors every device on my network. Parental controls with the ability to filter age-appropriate content for my child. And with HomePass, I have full control over my network and so much more. Experience Wi-Fi and beyond with Prism Home Wi-Fi, powered by Plume HomePass from GTA.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Welcome back. As we recently reported, in the last Chamorro Land Trust Commission meeting, the Board of Commissioners deemed Executive Director Jack Haddock not suited for the position, stating that their next step would be a meeting with the governor. After having met with Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, both Adelup Communications Director Crystal Paco San Agustin and Board Chair John Regis Jr. were unable to give a comment on the meeting. But how about Oversight Chair Speaker Therese Terlahi?
I don't know what happened in the meeting. I'm looking forward to finding out, most especially whether the commission is able to move forward, especially with the residential leases.
Terlahi says issues like these continue to be a hindrance in the progress of the commission's ultimate goals.
The purpose of this trust was to restore these families whose land had been taken, right? To give them a chance to build a new life. And this government delay, the government issues that we have, we can't, follow a list, we make people jump around, all of that, it's just got to end. So I very much expect to hold these commissioners accountable for the progress that they get out of their executive director.
As far as holding an oversight hearing for the land trust, Terlahi says she'll hold off for now, but she does say she's more concerned about the status of the commission's progress on residential leases. Dedoro Mayor Melissa Cervarez offers her condolences to both the homicide victim, Joshua Menos, and suspect Matthew Manabusin's families. The incident occurred just last week along Swamp Road in Dedoro. Police launched a death investigation after Menos' lifeless body was found along the roadway. Court documents state that Meno was visiting with Manabusin and others for dinner at the residence when an argument ensued that resulted in the deadly shooting of Meno.
They had a meal together, they shared stuff. So I don't know what happened with the argument between the two. And, both ways, both families have lost, one lost a life and the other because of the incident. We'll let the police and the courts handle that case. But, we're sad. We're sad because it happened.
In court documents, Manabusin claimed self-defense, stating that he shot Meno because he was allegedly brandishing a machete and struck his cousin. Manabusin is currently being held on a $100,000 cash bail. Public Health issued a guidance memo last week which prohibits indoor graduation ceremonies, but after meeting with the department on Monday, Superintendent of Catholic Schools Dr. Juan Flores is contesting the guidance. He says the major issue the department brought up was the fact that they couldn't fathom the number of graduates being able to fit into facilities along with guests while still observing social distancing.
There's a design at Father Duenas that it can accommodate the FD, Notre Dame, and Academy graduates with maybe 2 or 3 guests in areas where they would be separated. Since they all live in one household, they would be separated from each other by 6 feet.
Flores says they'll be sending Public Health Director Art St. Augustine updated protocols along with the layouts for each event. National Weather Service's Landon Idolet says both Guam and the CNMI are under the fire danger level extreme. With high winds, it can cause a faster spread of wildfires.
We've had a couple of fires around the island, and there was a grass fire near our radar. Luckily, the radar site is fine. Fire danger is, again, extreme.
According to Idolet, current low winds will be able to mitigate the fire danger level. In addition, the island is expected to have possible thunderstorms this coming weekend, with the tail end of Category 4 Typhoon Sergei. Island residents are encouraged to refrain from burning to help prevent chances of increased grass fires. Coming up, Dave Delgado with a recap of sports, and still to come, we introduce you to another Teacher of the Year finalist.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have 2 of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years, and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Welcome to your wildest cravings come true, where the abundance of a Chalupa Cravings Box is all yours. Savor this moment of pure Taco Bell bliss, because it won't last forever. It's value beyond belief.
The closure of Dededo and Harmon Branch really is bittersweet.
I get a little sentimental, and just because I come from an era where, a brick and mortar is a symbol.
COVID-19 has forced us, I think, to make a lot of changes to how we operate.
But I think the upside to that is it's just a brief pause and we'll be back.
Our guiding star has always been the vision of our founder, which is to be the driving force for prosperity in the communities that we serve. But we also know that we need to bring that forward in a way that is relevant for the age that we're living in.
I feel that all these new things coming are a big indicator that we're here for you. We're here for our customers, our familia, and we're here to grow and learn every step of the way with you.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. Tonight we're going to introduce you to Jagger Stevens and Maneri Gomez, our two local swimmers going to represent Guam at this year's Olympic Games. Check it out.
It's an incredible experience, honestly. You know, we throw these words around a lot, but it's an honor and a privilege. Like, it's nothing short of that. There's no words that can really do this justice, and I just want to make this island proud.
It's a big responsibility. I'm pretty much representing the entire island. It's still a small island, but still it's home. So yeah, it's a really big responsibility, and I'm honored to be able to represent Team Guam.
Jagger competed throughout the Ivy League while attending Brown University. He graduated in May of 2020 and swam all 4 years there. In 2017, he was part of the team that broke the school's relay record.
It takes a lot of discipline, first and foremost. What I've been doing personally is I've been taking a lot of the practices that I used to do in college, and I've just been doing them on Guam. You know, I've been very fortunate to have a facility to train in while I was here during these like really hard times with COVID. So I've just been trying to take as much advantage of it as possible.
Maneri swims with the Manhoban Swim Club and trains Tuesday through Saturday. Her last competition was at the 2019 World Championships held in South Korea.
I still train at home. I did some land workouts. My dad built a pool this last year, September, November, and that's been part of my training as well. Physical training is important, but mental training is also important to keep that positive mind, to strive through every practice, to continue training and reach my goal to the Olympics.
Back in the 2014 Micro Games, Jagger was selected as the male athlete of the games. Stevens holds over a dozen individual and relay records for Guam. He's represented the island at the Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea, Samoa, and Fiji. The two athletes left this morning to train in Thailand for about 2 months in preparation for the Olympic Games.
I expect, phenomenal facilities. I expect a phenomenal coaching staff, and I expect to really be able to put my head down and grind. It's going to be a kind of experience tailored towards training. You don't really have to worry about anything else outside.
Gomez has traveled the world representing the island. Maneri has competed in Samoa, Fiji, Saipan, Papua New Guinea, Pohnpei, China, Japan, Budapest, Hungary, and South Korea.
I've been actually contacting through social media with one of my friends from other country that's training in Thailand, and I see their posts, and they've been improving a lot, so I'm pretty excited, and they have so much supporting programs, and yeah, I'm glad I'm being able to go there.
Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
We knew it was time to make these when we started asking things like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to get a warm cinnamon roll right now? And why can't this kind of muffin come from the same place as a McMuffin? And isn't your coffee lonely without company from a glazed apple fritter? Well, consider these our 3 resounding yeses. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
6 of the island's most outstanding educators are vying for 2021 GDOE Teacher of the Year. These teachers each share a passion and devotion to delivering quality education to each child that steps into their classroom. Tonight, we continue introducing you to each finalist. Let's head over to Manilao at the home of the Geckos.
My name is Nishista Beneventi Delgado, and I am a teacher at George Washington High School. I've been teaching for about 13 years. I currently teach 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. The subject is U.S. history. I spent a majority of my teaching years, though, at the middle school level, teaching world history.
Beneventi Delgado was quick to say that it was her mother who inspired her to become an educator.
She just recently retired a couple years ago. She was in the system for 36 years, and I really looked up to her growing up. So what I would do is I would be pretentious and just get all of my dolls together and line them up, and I would pretend that I was teaching them, draw on my closet doors, and go through the ABCs, and I just really admired my mother.
Once she left for college in Colorado, she began to diverge from teaching and looked into another major, history, with hopes of working in a museum or becoming a curator.
I ended up missing my mother, and so I came home and she told me, why not give teaching a shot? And I did, and I started in 2008, and I never looked back. Once I got into the classroom, I just felt like I was in my element. I loved what I was doing, I loved the students, and that was my place.
So how would she describe her teaching style?
We do hands-on, but I'm also very aware of the types of learners. You try to get a feel for, are they auditory, are they visual, some are kinesthetic, a lot of them, especially at the middle school level.
As for what were her feelings knowing she was a finalist for this year's Teacher of the Year?
It really is just so gratifying to know that, to be recognized, not just in the classroom, but also to be recognized by your administrators and know that they know that what you're doing is so fruitful and really beneficial to your students.
And mark your calendars for Sunday, April 25th for the live broadcast of the GDOE's 2021 Teacher of the Year ceremony. It all happens at 6:30 p.m. on KUAM TV 8. And before we close out the news tonight, we have our latest round of birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
The H. Cruz Jr., who celebrates birthday number 49. May the good Lord continue to bless and protect you in good health and guide you on your special journey in life. Lots of joy and happiness in life. Love, your familia. Also, happy birthday to Kaizea Trey Cruz Shanko, who celebrates birthday number 13. We love you so much, and may you have an awesome birthday. Love, hug, and kisses from the family. David Kitutsu, happy birthday, Brother David, from your family and friends. Lucy G. Taitano, here's your shout out. This beauty right here celebrates her birthday today. Aw. We are truly blessed with her wisdom, guidance, and love. Happy birthday to the queen of our hearts, Lucy. We love you. Joanne Marie Meno, happy birthday, Jexi. Hey, we love you so much, say your friends and family. Michael Regis also celebrates a birthday today, and Michael, your friends and family wish you good health and happiness always, and they say, we love you so much. Also, happy belated birthday wishes going on to Zane and Zaire Flores, who were born on the 20th. Happy birthday from your family. And to Andrew Anthony Jones, happy belated birthday now from your family. And of course, everybody, May 9th is coming right up, and that is Mother's Day. So celebrate the queens of our heart with Cold Stone Creamery. Handcrafted premium ice cream cakes are made fresh each and every day just for mom and in time for Mother's Day. So place your order today.
Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching.